Mwangi Wajumbe, welcoming you once more to this channel, which discusses personal empowerment strategy. But for a while, I have not made any presentations. Nevertheless, for the better part of this year, since the beginning, I've been interacting a lot with professionals through their professional bodies and also through their organizations. And I've gathered quite a lot, which is worth sharing in this channel. Remember, when I wrote my first book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, sub-theme Unleashing the Human Performance Potential, way back in 2015, I had first noticed one serious problem. More than 80% of people who are employed are totally dispassionate about their careers or their work situations, and had found that as a lot of wastage of human capital efforts and also financial challenges, taking people to school only to end up into the wrong careers. And as I continued digging deeper on that challenge, I noticed yet another one. More than 50% of Kenyan school graduates, as at that time, were actually unemployable, not unemployed. The truth is, people who are properly empowered with the power to read and do what appertains to the degrees conferred, they easily secure jobs, all create their own. So, when you find people who are helpless, they cannot get jobs, they cannot create jobs, then it looks like there's a problem with the empowerment process, which I trace to the school system and give or shared ideas on how such people can improve their situations. And eventually, the book was used for architecture of the competency-based curriculum by the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development way back in 2016, and also approved for circulation in schools, particularly secondary schools in Kenya, and is circulating even now. Now, this year, as I continued interacting with the professionals, I realized that the same problem of people being dispassionate about what they do is quite popular in different organizations, in different fields, and I had quite a number of questions to answer, especially to people who revealed that they are actually dispassionate about their work or their careers. And you'll be surprised, I have found that in people from different professions, lawyers, accountants, engineers, and others. But mine has been to encourage them not to allow themselves to continue being dispassionate about their careers throughout their lifetime. Because all of us are supposed to be living a certain purpose. And what we need to do in this 21st century is to discover that purpose nurture it, develop it, or develop ways of aligning ourselves with the same, and eventually we end up doing whatever we do in life without struggling. But many Kenyans or many professionals that I've had discussions with, their concern has been that they made the wrong choices, all right. Is it not too late to realign themselves with the thinking of the 21st century, as I have been suggesting? And mine has been very simple. Though the details of how that is supposed to happen are well contained in the book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, I've highlighted some examples that would be of help to such individuals who would want to realign themselves with the thinking of the 21st century. And I have many times narrated the case of Sydney Sheldon, which is well documented in Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. Sydney Sheldon is a famous novelist, though we lost him some years ago. When he was young, especially during the Second World War, he was an Air Force pilot for the United States of America. And after the war, the Second World War came to an end, Sydney Sheldon ventured into writing about movies. And he continued doing so as a script writer up to about 50 years. At the age of 50, Sydney Sheldon wrote his first novel, I think titled Rage of Ages. And the novel was very captivating. And after that, he continued writing more and more novels, some of which were transformed into movies. I have personally watched some of the novels, some of the movies, like The Other Side of Midnight, which I watched sometimes in the 1980s. And he continued on and on until age 89, when he wrote his last novel titled Are You Afraid of the Dark? And unfortunately, he was attacked by pneumonia and he lost his life after having made a big name through writing novels, which had amounted to about 20 novels, 20 very captivating novels. There are many other examples that I bring out, but more specifically, I have another case of the late Mr. Kabage Karanja, who started his life as an insurance salesman, and then he became a serious investor in the insurance industry. Actually, I knew him when he owned a large insurance broking firm based in Nairobi. And Mr. Kabage Karanja went to university for the first degree at the age of 50. And after graduating with a business degree, that was not enough. He decided to pursue a degree in law. And that attracted Mr. Kabage Karanja quite a lot. And he went for a further degree, a master's degree in law. And after acquiring the master's degree in law, Mr. Kabage Karanja became very passionate, especially about constitutional matters. And he became renowned for writing articles in the mainstream media, and also being interviewed on radio and television stations, again largely about constitutional matters. And Mr. Karanja Kabage continued now for a further degree in law, such that he started pursuing a PhD in law. But unfortunately, he died of a heart attack at age 69 while still pursuing the PhD in law. That for me is a very interesting case study, because this is somebody who was already well established financially, but he decided to pursue his passion in law when he discovered it. Why would somebody say that it's too late to realign him or herself with his passion in this 21st century, when we are supposed to be economically active throughout our lifetimes? Now, I still have a further reference which I'm fond of referring to. Sometimes in 2016, while making a presentation in a church, a lady by the name Martha, who was working as a banker, got interested in the book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. Martha was in her 30s and was undergoing through serious frustrations in the workplace. She had lost passion in banking, and actually, the truth is that she had been warned of serious action being taken on her for poor performance. And when she sought guidance on how she could be guided by the concept titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century, I just assured her that she'll get an answer. And if she doesn't get the right answer or anything is unclear, she's free to engage me for a one-on-one discussion. But 2 weeks after Mother had acquired the book, she called me to tell me that she has gotten the right answer and she's going to realign her career. 2 years after, we interacted with Martha, and she told me that she had changed her career, I think from banking to marketing, but still working in the same organization. And somehow, I managed to meet one of our bosses in Nairobi, and he actually confirmed about Mother's case. And again, I proudly feel honored revealing the case of Martha, how she got her help from the book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. So, I'm hereby letting everybody know that it is never too late to realign ourselves with the thinking of the 21st century so that we can be able to unleash our full performance potential. The two case studies, Sydney Sheldon and also Martha, are well articulated in the book titled Career Dynamics in the 21st Century. And the case of Mr. Karaja, the late Mr. Karaja Kabage, is well articulated in the book titled Living Beyond Survival, sub-theme No More Tiptoeing in Life, which I wrote as an advancement of the first one in 2018. The two books are still circulating amongst professionals, in organizations, in the school system, in universities, and even the religious sector. I encourage people to read these books because it becomes easier to understand how to realign themselves with the paradigms of the 21st century so that they can be economically active throughout their lifetimes without struggling. We are still conducting seminars on empowerment, how it works, how it becomes a challenge to many people. We have seminars for students in schools. We have seminars for professionals. And we are available for more on these issues of empowerment and can be contacted through 0722 516210. Thank you and have a very good day.